Good Saturday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. John Cannon coming to you from the Edcouch Elsa Sports Network, also known as the New Jacket Network. We are here live at the Robert M. Capello Senior Gymnasium for a humdinger. That's the best way I can say it. This is going to be the game of the year. What a way to end the first half. Two undefeated teams going to be battling it out. The 23rd ranked team in the state, Brownsville Veterans Memorial, taking on your very own 15th state-ranked Edcouch Elsa Lady Jackets. And joining me today, forcefully, I had to force her to come up here with me, but she didn't say no, Erica Ross. Erica, first of all, welcome to Edcouch Elsa. Two undefeated teams into the first half. I'm expecting this thing is going to go 5. What do you think?
Hey, John. Thanks for having me on here. Yeah, it's honestly going to be a great game. I was actually in Brownsville last night for Vets vs. Porters, so seeing that the ladies, representing the Chargers are also going to be competing today, I had to come out represent for 5 and also, get them on for highlights as well because they're both undefeated, and it's going to be a really, really good match.
So before we get started with this match, first off, again, welcome to the Rio Grande Valley. I know you're a California chick, but what's the difference really from California to Texas? We both got beaches. It's both hot. But what's the difference, would you say the biggest difference from being there to here?
The humidity.
There you go. I was about to say, well, what about the food? I mean, the tacos and all that. But you kind of got that in California, too.
I mean, we have street tacos that you guys actually just have here as quote-unquote regular tacos. The authentic small tortilla just out here with all of the you have the onions, you have the bell pepper, whatever choice meat you want. But no, the food is phenomenal. The biggest thing for me, though, is the humidity. I look like a freezing mess every Friday night at the football games because of it. But I'm not complaining. I mean, I've absolutely fell in love with the Valley, have had an amazing time here. The athletes have been great, the coaches, the people, athletic directors. I mean, my experience for the last year, could have not gone any better, and I'm so excited to see what, I have for the future here in the Valley.
Well, you picked a great game to come to, so Lady Jackets score the first point of the match, and as you can tell, they're wearing pink. And, of course, October is Cancer Awareness Month. I know in the past we have actually had cancer survivors come, and we've done this. We've honored them. But, what a tribute. There's so many people out there, Erica, that are battling cancer or going through cancer, and what a great way for student athletes, especially in schools, to honor the cancer patients than to wear pink.
It was great because last month was Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, so every volleyball game I was at, every football game I was at, someone or multiple people, they were wearing the gold because that's the color that represents that month as well. So they had either socks, towels, the armbands, mouthpieces. I mean, you name it, they had it. So it's great to go from one month to another that wants to bring support and show, something that affects people daily, So I mean, to see all the pink out here, it's great. The same way I was seeing all the gold last month, it's phenomenal. Every game that I've gone to, I've been to 2 other games so far this morning. This is my 3rd. I have one more tonight at 7, and it's been pink all around everywhere.
There you go. So far the Lady Jackets looks absolutely incredible. Out to a 3-0 lead. I talked to Coach Gloria Trevino before the game, and she goes, John, our goal, we want to sweep this team, and if there's one team that's been absolutely hot in the Valley, it's been the Lady Jackets. Number 15 in the state of Texas. They don't just give those rankings out. I follow this team quite a bit. To have 2 state-ranked teams here right now, as a reporter, I mean, you cover a lot of games, but do you get a little more giddy when you come out for something like this, knowing that it's 2 of the best teams in the Valley, but not only that, 2 of the best teams in the state of Texas are going to square off?
I think that's amazing because Texas is so big in general. It's not like they're ranked in just the Valley. They're ranked in the state. So to beat all of the San Antonio teams, the Houston teams, the Austin teams, and other teams that they also compete against in the Valley, I think that is a huge honor, and maybe people that aren't sports enthusiasts don't understand what an honor that is, but to have, like you said, 2 state-ranked teams together on one floor is impeccable because usually it's either neither team is ranked or it's one against the other, but to have 2 here today means it's going to be a very, very good matchup.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. So right now, Brownsville Vets has just scored 4 straight points. Edcouch came out of the gates early on, took a 3-0 lead, but Vets has countered and has now scored 4 straight points to take a 4-3 lead. So this is your 4th game of the day. 3rd, and you have 1 more.
Yeah.
So Do you ever sometimes, and I find myself doing this, we cover so many sports that by the time Sunday or whatever comes around, do you ever get burned out where you're just like, I just want to watch Lifetime, or I just want to maybe watch like something else, or is it sports 24/7 for you?
I want to say it's like a 50-50-ish because I love my job so much. I really do have a passion for what I do. This is not work to me. So I'm sure there's other people that would see maybe during the time frame that they originally would come into work, maybe like a 3 to midnight shift, take an hour lunch. There's your 8 hours right there. They probably would just go to whatever games are in that time frame and just call it a day. To me, I had no problem getting up early today, hitting up 2 matches, hitting up this one, and then hitting up a 4th one today as well. So to me, it's fun, and I don't look at it as, overtime or anything like that. I mean, like I said, I've fallen in love with the Valley and all the teams that come with it, so it's not something that is tedious to me. I enjoy it. I enjoy that the athletes get excited when they see me walk in. It may not just be me. It may just be the 5 on my shirt. I don't know. But the fact that I've just, fallen in love with the Valley as a whole, I don't get burnt out. On my days off, those are the days you have to be an adult, run errands, do whatever, maybe have a little bit of relaxation. But for the most part, I just don't ever get tired of it.
Well, and that was actually the question I was asking you is when you're at home and you're not covering sports, do you still watch sports when you're at home, or are you the typical female that it's Lifetime all day, or novelas like they like down here? Novelas is a big thing. So.
Let's see. It depends. If I have days off that I have a list of things to do, I'm usually running around the Valley doing whatever. But if I do have a day to just binge watch TV, I will either catch up on shows that I have like DVR'd, or I'm on my phone. I'm consistently on my phone. If anyone knows me or is close to me, that poor thing, the battery is at 0 by the time it hits sometimes noon. So I'm watching sports on my phone, or I'll have updates going on or scores on there. For the most part, I just jump back and forth. Sometimes I have my computer going, my phone. You got to get the best of both worlds now that technology gives you, that option.
There you go. So right now it's 7-6. It's been a seesaw battle. We were talking before we went on the air. Right now, female sports reporters are one of the hottest professions in the Rio Grande Valley. Of course, everybody thinks it's mostly a male-dominant job, but being a female sportscaster, there's very few of them, and now we're seeing a lot more. So how proud does it make you? Right now, I know and you're actually going to come speak to my kids on Tuesday. You're going to come speak to my class. I've got a couple of young girls who are really getting comfortable in front of a camera, getting comfortable behind a microphone. So how good does it feel to see, female sportscasters out there? And who was kind of your idol? Who did you look up to before you got this job? Who was the one that you wanted to emulate?
Probably Erin Andrews, I would say. I know that there were obviously women before her, women after her, but I feel like just because I watched a lot of either games that she had personally covered or whatever the case may be. Also, her story, I really enjoyed that she was found off of YouTube. And so, however everyone else, you have to make your way regardless of how you get into this business, because it's not easy. You just don't, call up someone and be like, hey, give me a job. Like, you have to really work for it. And so I just thought it was really awesome that she was doing something because she enjoyed it and she had a passion for it, and she was putting up her own videos on YouTube, and someone happened to find her that she wasn't even applying for jobs. She was just doing her own thing for a soccer or a hockey team, and they called her and was like, do you want a job? And now she's the face of ESPN. So I think that's amazing, and that's probably the person that I would just look up to. But I mean, being a female sports reporter in the Valley is awesome. When I applied for this job and I did my interview, I was flown down here. And my news director and GM, told me that they've never had a female sports reporter at their station themselves. So I thought that was a huge honor. And then I was also told that there was never a female sports reporter in the Valley. So I thought that was an even bigger honor because the Valley is so ginormous. So I just hope that, I am making a path for the girls down here that want to do something that they might feel afraid to go for because it is a male-dominant, industry, but I mean, it doesn't mean that they can't do it, and I clearly have proven that. So I mean, it's been great.
So I'm going to put you to the test right now.
Okay.
We're going to test you, the old dog to the new chick here. Okay. So far it's 10-9.
Yeah.
It's been a very back and forth type match. What have you seen? Even though we've been talking, I've distracted you a lot. What have you seen so far from this match, and what do you think Edcouch needs to do, and what does Vets need to do to kind of pull away a little bit?
My favorite saying is your defense is your best offense. And that is with every sport, I personally feel like. So offense, yes, scores the points, but if you don't have a defense to back up that offense, you're not going to be able to counteract whatever the other team is doing. So as long as their defense stands strong, so they are able to get the ball back in their possession to be able to either score, however, if it's a light tap over, if it's, a spike over, whatever the case may be. I personally feel like also slowing the ball down is a really big thing in volleyball. If you are out here and I understand, with the digs, you have to protect the ball from hitting the floor. But if you're just kind of crazy, and I've seen it before in matches, that if the ball is kind of crazy all over the floor and they're just hitting it to keep it in the air, but they're really not, they don't have any control over it, that's just because you're keeping it in the air does not mean that it's helping your team. You have to control the ball and make sure that it's at a slow pace speed or a speed that your team is comfortable with in order to make those power hits to either, gas out the other team or make sure it hits the ground quickly to get that point.
There you go. So 12-10 right now. Lady Jackets are starting to open things up a little bit. Question number 2. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Name 4 teams in the Rio Grande Valley that you feel will go the furthest in volleyball.
Oh, God, you can't do that to me.
Yes, I can do that.
Oh.
I can do that. I'm the man with the microphone. I can do anything I want. 4 teams. You've covered enough, and you can't tell me you haven't.
Oh, God.
I love it. 4 teams. Okay, how about if I make it easier for you?
John, you can't do this to me because I love all my teams and I'm not allowed
Can
to
I make it easier?
this.
But you're on the Edcouch Elsa broadcast right now. So okay, how about this question? Here's a question. How far can the Lady Jackets go in the postseason?
They're going to go as far as they want to go.
That's not a good
Yes, it is.
I need to know a number.
I don't care how good your preseason is, how good your season is. If you choke if you are predicted to go 6 rounds deep or whatever, if you choke first round, that's on y'all. Predictions don't mean anything. So your team is going to get that they're going to get themselves as far as they want to go. You can't predictions don't mean anything. I could say they're going to make it to state, but if they wake up on the wrong side of the bed in round 1 and they lose, my prediction doesn't mean anything.
I'll give you that one. That's a pretty good answer.
Thank you.
I put you on the spot. I kind of had to do that. What would you say to any people that come up to you and say, I'm not brave enough to be in front of a camera. I'm not brave enough to do what you do. I'm not brave enough to do. What do you tell people? Which, by the way, I want to go and let people know, Edcouch Elsa has gone on a tear. We've scored 5 straight points. We're up 16-11 here in the first set. Again, John Cannon joined by News Channel 5's Erica Ross. But so many kids that I talk to, and I'm sure they'd tell you as well, I can't do what you do, ma'am. How did you end up becoming a sportscaster? And did you ever have the nerves before you finally had brave enough to say, I'm going to do this?
I'd be lying if I said I did not get nervous. Everyone gets nervous. Growing up, I was a very outgoing, loud child. I wasn't afraid of anything. Always loved playing sports. Was out with the boys. Just, loving life. And I was never shy. That I can say. I was never shy. When I first started this in college, yes, I had those moments where I was nervous in front of the camera, but I don't think I was nervous because I was in front of the camera. I was nervous because I wanted to be perfect. I didn't want to mess up. I wanted to be a role model. I wanted everyone to look at me and be like, she's really good. She does her job well. So I was nervous because I wanted to be the best. And I have come to understand that people make mistakes, whether it's live or pre-recorded. You just got to roll with it. But if you want to do something, I don't think that you being scared should stop you. They say if you don't fear your goals, then your goals are not big enough. So if you have people that are afraid to do it, it starts also with them and their personality. They have to overcome themselves and the fears that they have within themselves in order to pursue whatever dreams that they want. And so if that's being in front of the camera, behind the camera, being a volleyball player, going out for a club team or something that I'm not good enough. Once you conquer your own fears that are within yourself, you'll be able to do anything.
I who would ever thought you would have been sitting right here doing a live broadcast with yours truly. So I know you've got some footage to shoot here in a little bit, but I'm going to pick your brain a little bit more. One thing that and I'm going to ask you this question, and I know you're going to get mad, but that's okay. You can get mad at me. How far do you want to go with this thing? What is your ultimate goal in reporting?
My ultimate goal in reporting is to make enough money that I can pay off all my parents' debts and send them on a vacation. So whether that's with the Golf Channel, ESPN, living in the Valley for the rest of my life, NFL Network, whatever the case may be, as long as I personally feel I'm successful and I can help them out, because I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my parents and all the money they invested in classes, books, my college. When I moved, giving me the moving gift of buying furniture, whatever the case may be, I would not be where I am today if it was not for my parents. So as long as I am successful and I enjoy my job and I'm able to give back to them as a thank you because they helped me with everything, that's how far I want to go.
There you go. How does it feel? You've heard about Texas football.
Yes.
You've heard about Texas sports. I mean, sports is king in Texas, especially football is king. Being a part of it every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday, did you envision that it would be this wild when you came down here?
No, I did not. My first job was actually in Indiana, and I can only remember one school that had a huge flat screen, on their field, the huge billboard, replays, whatever the case may be, for the huge screen that is on their field. I'm blanking right now of the correct terminology. One. And then there's Purdue University that had their huge Jumbotron. So to come down here and see almost every school in the Valley has a Jumbotron blew my mind last year. And I came in halfway through the season last year, so I didn't get the full experience of Texas high school football. This year being my first full season doing the 2-a-day tours up at 6 a.m., covering up to 5 schools a day, going to these games Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's my favorite. When I was in Indiana, I only got to cover football on Friday, so I would wait all week for one day. Here, I get 3 days, and it still doesn't feel like enough because that's how much I love the sport and being down here and the experiences.
There you go. So, again, 21-15. So far, the Lady Jackets have really started to come on strong. And you said it best, defensively. Defensively, they played well. Offensively, they've really picked things up. We were joking yesterday. One of our school board members, Rolly Lozano, and I know he can hear me. He's not looking over here right now. But Longhorn or Aggie?
Why do you do this to me?
I have to.
As a sports reporter, I'm not supposed to have favorite teams or
Longhorn or Aggie?
I'm not allowed to. You're not supposed to know my favorite teams. I gotta stay.
Okay, since you're a California girl, UCLA or USC?
SDSU. Come on now. What kind of question is that?
I had to ask.
That's my alma mater. I can't pick another college over my college. Come on, Johnny.
Well, I guess I'll give you that one. So 22-16 right now. Edcouch Elsa on top, looking to try to seal the deal here in set number one. What is a typical day like for you? A typical sports day. What day does it start? What time does it start? And what time does it end?
Oh, gosh, there is no typical day in the life of Erica or sports reporter, I would say, in general, because every day is different. I feel like sports is a little bit different than news. News, in a sense, I feel like they have the same type of schedule. They might cover a different story every single day, but their days usually maybe 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 9 to 7. That's all they do. Like I was telling you earlier, I decided to sleep in today for once, God forbid. Got up, went to 2 to.
What sleep in? 6 a.m.?
No. This morning I slept until 10.
Wow.
I know, it was great. But I skipped the gym, so there's my downfall, but it's fine. Yeah, there is no. We are on air in the evening during our morning broadcast for Channel 5, and during the noon cast for Channel 5, there is no sports. Sports is on at 6 and 10. So our typical quote-unquote time frame is afternoon. So I would say maybe 3 to 11 or 12, give or take. Once we post to the web, do all of our extra stuff, we get our schedule for the next day going. Those are typical times that we are on air, but sports never sleeps, nor does it ever stop. So we're up all over doing everything. I mean, once all the seasons begin, I got volleyball and football right now. Then it goes into basketball. Then I got baseball, soccer, softball, track. So there is no similarities every other day. It might be, oh, we're going to a volleyball game. Oh, we're going to a volleyball game, the day after. But it's different teams, different outcomes. I got upsets. I have, blowouts. I mean, there is no same day for a reporter, in my opinion.
So right now, the Lady Jackets 1 point away from securing a set number 1 win. Okay, a couple more questions. I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to go to work.
Fine.
I could keep here all day.
Okay,
Good.
we can talk all day.
Well, there you go. Okay, so Lady Jackets win 25-18. They secure set number 1. So here's my question to you. Your wackiest moment on the air. Wackiest, I know mine, and I'll never forget. Wackiest moment on the air.
If I had to pick one wackiest moment, because I feel like I'm just a ball of energy in general. There was one time that I was hitting the table when the Cowboys won their first game just to give that broadcast some excitement. But if I had to pick a wacky moment, it'd probably be when I had the Houston Dynamo and then the RGV Toros playing the same night. And even though my script was written correctly, for whatever reason, my brain decided to swap who was at home and who was away. And I was trying to say the script correctly, but my brain wanted me to say something else. So I kept switching back and forth live on air, trying to fix my script to where literally on air live, I just said, forget it, I'll just read right back with your highlights. And they took me off the air because I could not get my script right.
Oh, my God. Well, it's not as bad as mine. And we're not going to say it because it was bad. Let's just say it could have been censored. One time, yes.
No.
Yes. It was when I worked for the Ballymore Star many years ago, and we used to do these live blogs, and I did an interview, and I said something wrong, and I was like, got to do it again. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
And I was live, and I didn't know. But that was the first and the last time it ever.
You live and you learn. It happens. Things happen.
Yeah. I mean,
roll with it.
after 29 years in this industry, you're going to have a lot of those moments.
Yes.
What about your most memorable moment in covering sports? Or your most fondest moment?
Oh, gosh. I don't even know if I'd be able to pick one, just because if I had to pick between Indiana and here, I had the opportunity for my first job to be at a TV station in Indiana that was also had ties with the Big Ten Network. And not very many people can say that they worked for the Big Ten, nor did they work for the Big Ten for their first job. So I got to cover Purdue, follow them around for all of their sports. If I had to pick a memorable moment, probably I was a part of when they had their powerhouse seniors 2 years ago now, that they were just ridiculous, taking over every team that they played. They had such an amazing run, and being able to be close with Matt Painter and get to know him and his team and things like that, I would probably say that's my most memorable moment. I hate trying to pick and choose because every game that I go to or every experience that I've been through, I feel is always memorable in one way or another. So, but if I had to pick, probably that, just because it was just a really big year for basketball all around. And basketball is just like football is huge here, basketball in Indiana is stupid big. And it was just amazing to be a part of that and be in Mackey Arena and see how crazy these fans get for their team.
There you go. So we are in set number 2. Of course, Edcouch also won the first one. We're hoping for a sweep. Lady Jackets, of course, come in number 15 in the state of Texas. And Brownsville Vets, number 23 in the state. I remember last year, and I don't remember if you're here or not, but, have you ever seen Man on Fire, the movie Man on Fire?
Yes.
Do you remember when Denzel Washington said, revenge is a dish served cold? Okay, last year we were undefeated. Undefeated. Pete will remember this. Last game of the season against Vets here at our house. And I know she's like, she doesn't know what we're talking about because she doesn't know what the sport is. But I got to give her credit for being there. But anyway, Vets beat us here last year. We ended up tying, sharing the district championship. These girls flat out said they're not coming into our house and doing this. They have been looking forward to this game and do not want to share a title. Did you play sports when you were in high school?
I did. I did track and field. I did pole vault and hurdles and track, and then I also was a cheerleader. I know people probably don't consider that a sport, but please come into my domain and change my mind. And that's all I'm going to say with that one.
I'm going to tell you this. I've seen some of the things that cheerleaders go through, and I respect, because it's a workout. It's intense. So anyone that says that, oh, it's easy to become a cheerleader, I dare you to come try it.
Please, I did competitive cheerleading, competitive gymnastics. I would love to see the people that said it's not a sport or it's super easy to do it. Fun fact, during my freshman year of high school on the cheer squad, mind you, we only had 8 girls that year. That's all that was allowed to make the squad, and hundreds of girls tried out, so I felt special that I made it. But I was a flyer at that time until I started working out more than my teammates and became a little rock of muscle, and I changed to a base. But I was trying to do a double down, which I know my cheerleaders will know what that is. Elbowed my back spot in the mouth and ripped her tooth out from her root, ripped through her lip, and it shot across the court when we were practicing. So just to give that little tidbit, the poor thing had to go to the orthodontist. They had to stick it back in to make sure the gums didn't heal, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty. But for anyone that says it's not a sport, I want them to get their tooth knocked out doing a double down and see how they feel after that, because it was not pretty.
You just ruined my dinner. I hope you know that right now. I was going to surprise it. We're going to go to Milano's, all right? And you just, because of that visual now.
As long as I made my point clear, that's all I can.
Well, I'm sure you did. Okay, so right now 6-3, Brownsville Vets. How do you see this game playing out? Because right now Edcouch also won the first one. Do you see it going 5? Do you think that and of course I gotta say Edcouch, will someone win it in 4, or could we see a sweep?
I see, that's a tough one because it is going back and forth. So I feel that if it were to go 5, say hypothetically, a win is a win regardless if it's a sweep or not. But whatever team does not gas out is who's going to win. I know people are probably like, oh, Erica, that's, of course, obviously. Well, no, because I've seen teams gas out early. I've seen teams gas out late. So as long as they keep the same energy and also don't beat themselves up for if they're down, and whatever the case may be, and they think that they're going to lose. I feel like technique is a huge thing. As I've been watching this game, as we've been talking, I've been seeing a lot of defensive moves that has helped the offense come back and either tie it up or take the lead. So it's really hard to say just because, the teams might go up 5 or 6 points, but then the other team comes right back and they're back into the same score. So how far it's going to go, I can't really say. Who is going to win, I also can't say, because anything can happen in sports, and that's one of my favorite sayings because I've seen anything happen in sports. But the team is going to determine how hard they work, and as long as they don't let themselves, how do I say it, not get crazy, but they need to stay calm, cool, and collected. As long as they keep their composure throughout the whole match, that is the team that does that is going to win.
I have to totally agree with you on that one. I'm going to pick on you a little bit.
Okay.
Because before we went on, and I said, you're going to go on with me, you're like, no. But yet, we've already gone this far. You're still going strong. So have you done, and again, I know you do newscasts, but have you ever done live play-by-play in school, maybe for another job, where you've actually called an entire game, kind of like what we're doing here?
No, actually, I have not. Everything has been either pre-recorded or just highlight calls where I'm just calling the highlights once I go back to the station and I cut them. I've never had the opportunity to live call a game just because that was not something that, 1, was offered in college. 2, I've never applied for a job to live call. I've always wanted to do like the reporter thing. I'm not opposed to it, but no, I've never actually physically gotten the opportunity to do something like this.
What would you say if you had to call a live game would be the toughest one to call and do actual play-by-play?
Oh, God. Play-by-play for I would probably say either volleyball or basketball, just because I feel those are the quickest back-and-forth games. With football, golf, tennis maybe too, but that one's also, you got to kind of keep quiet, and then you just kind of play call once they are no longer in motion. But I feel like the sports that go back and forth extremely quickly, those are the ones that are hardest to play call, because in football, if there's a down or something, you can kind of like talk about what's going on, and they take a few minutes to get back into motion and stuff. But the teams in the sports that go back and forth and don't really stop unless there's a timeout being called, I feel those would probably be the hardest, since there's always something happening and you don't want to miss any detail for the people that can't physically watch it, that are hearing it, that have to kind of picture in their heads what's going on based off of what you're saying.
Have you ever been the type of person that turns the TV down and calls the game yourself?
No, by the time I get home or I'm watching sports, I'm too lazy. And I also like to learn. I feel like I can always learn something new. I'm young in this business, and I am not going to say that I'm the best and I'm the next, I would take Aaron Andrews' place right now, or some of the men or women that have been in this for years. I like to also listen to different reporters and hear their reporting styles, or pick up lingo that they use and kind of just, look at them to see, what can I learn from listening or watching this person, because there's always something that you can, perfect with your career.
Well, one thing I'll tell you, and I've done this many years, I've met a lot of reporters, some great ones. I watch your newscasts. I also watch a lot of the young sportscasters you see, and you got something special, girl. You do. What I like about it is you add a little humor to it. You add, you can see the passion that you have in this business. You're not dull. You've got that voice. You've got that charisma, and I think honestly, and I'm not just saying that because you're here, but I can foresee you in the future going somewhere big, and I think a lot of it too is just because of your character and just the way that you present yourself. A lot of people that are in this industry, they get burned out, and it is an industry that'll burn you out. I mean, luckily for me, I've done it 29 years. And I still feel like I could go another, God willing, don't strike me now, another 20, hopefully. But if that call were to come from one of the major affiliates, how quick would it take you to pack your bags and go?
If the money was right, I'd pack my bags and go. If they were not willing to pay me more, or it wasn't a financial benefit to myself or my career, I turn them down. I don't care.
So right now, 13-8, Brownsville veterans so far. It's been really, really close. Betts went on a little bit of a run here. Here's a good question for you. Who was the one person that inspired you to do this, to become a female sports reporter? Who would you say inspired you the most? Was it a family member? Was it like, who was the one person that said, you know what, I know you've talked about your family a lot. I've followed you as well. You think the world of your parents. Are they the ones that have been the biggest supporters for you in this dream?
I would say yes. They have supported everything, because they knew going into this industry that I am going to eventually have to move away from home. I'm not going to be able to come home every holiday. So they knew going into this business it wasn't going to be like I was a server somewhere. I could take off time to see them often. I've only seen them, I think, maybe once, sometimes if I'm lucky twice a year. And I understand that, and that's what I signed up for going into this business. I'm not going to let that stop me for pursuing my dreams. As far as becoming a female sports reporter, I always wanted to be a columnist. And the way that I kind of explain it to anyone that asks me if they've ever seen the movie Ted, Mila Kunis worked for a magazine, and she was like the CEO, or she was one of the higher ups type of thing. Also Devil Wears Prada. I love being organized, being busy, the business attire, working in an office. That was just something I loved. And I also loved English in school. So writing was one of my strong suits. So I figured going into being a columnist for a magazine that I love to write for, or whatever the case may be, would be amazing. It was when I took a hands-on broadcasting class in college that threw us out at these games. I mean, we had our training for about a month before the games actually hit, but they taught us how to use a camera, what positions would we want to do, this and that. And when I finally started going out and reporting at games live and doing interviews and doing stories and things like that, that's when I finally realized that I don't have the personality that's going to want to sit in a 8x8 cubicle for the rest of my life. as much as I love the business attire portion of it and getting things done in writing, my personality needs to be on the field, doing live interviews, things like this that I'm doing with you. And I immediately, and I was fortunate that I didn't have to change any classes or anything. I literally just changed the direction of the career that I wanted, but I didn't have to change classes. I didn't have to change the degree. Everything is still communication and journalism. So I just kind of just changed what outlet I wanted to go into. Instead of being all writing, I wanted to do the reporting side. So I wouldn't say anyone inspired me to change. I just enjoyed the classes more and figured if this is what I'm going to do for my career, I want to make sure that I love it to the fullest. And that's what made me change while I was in college, and that's where we're here now.
There you go. One question we've asked so many times, and just to get you guys up with the game, Edcouch Elsa has come back. It's now 14-13. They've gone in a 5-1 run to make it a little bit closer. How far do you think a Valley team is from finally knocking that door down and either winning a state championship or getting to a state title game?
It's doable. I mean, it happened.
How far? Like how do you think it's soon? Could happen soon over the next couple of years. I mean, we're obviously, we've been third round. We've seen teams go to the fourth round. Last year, Mission Vets, what an incredible run they went on. But do you think it's going to happen sooner, maybe this year, or is it going to take a couple of years?
I feel like it can happen at any point. I feel like if I had to call out one team this year that I really think was going to go to state, it's La Feria for football. They're killing it. Shout out to my Lions. They're killing it. Mission Vets and Hannah last year, they both went into the third. Mission went into the fourth. Hannah was right there. I think it was just a couple points off. Oh my God, the game was so good. We were so close. But they can do it. Like I said earlier with the volleyball teams, it's the team and their effort and their mindset about themselves during the game is how far they're going to get. If y'all just give up, then you give up. You're not going to make it. But if I had to pick a team, Mission Vets had an opportunity to do it last year. They, had a team that I'm not going to say was better. That day it was just that other team's day. But if I had to pick a team for this year, how well La Feria is doing, that it's possible.
I got to agree. And last night, actually on my football broadcast, I asked the same question, and a lot of people said La Feria. Yeah. I haven't seen them play, but I've heard a lot about them. That offense is very, very explosive. Yes. I mean, that quarterback is amazing. And I agree. One thing I've always said, the small schools have the chance to go the furthest. And so, with that said, how far do you think La Feria can go this year?
They're going to go just as far as Mission Vets last year, if not farther.
So you're saying 4 rounds at least? At least. Okay. So 18-17, 17-16, Jackets have retaken the lead. So you have one more game tonight. Which game do you have next?
La Feria and Progreso.
Okay. What has been your most memorable game in any sport this year so far? Volleyball or football?
Harlingen South and was it Weslaco? Harlingen South and Weslaco. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. Went into overtime. Weslaco ended up winning, but the reason we went into overtime was because Weslaco missed the field goal attempt that they were trying to kick to push them over to win. Because they did not do that, it's remained tied, and we went into overtime. Weslaco scored early. Harlingen South came back, had an opportunity. They were on the 1-yard line. I personally feel like they made it into the end zone, and I have it on video of them making it into the end zone, but the ref said he was down before he actually crossed the plane. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to start drama, but I feel like that game should have went a little bit further than what it did.
Right now, the hottest thing out there is podcasts. A lot of reporters have podcasts now. They do their own podcast. Do you have your own podcast yet? Are you looking into doing something like that? Is it something maybe down the road that you might pursue?
I do not have my own podcast right now. There are actually some things I have been looking into that I've wanted to start up. Why I have not started them yet is because I just have not started them yet. But yeah, there's a couple extra things that I wouldn't mind doing on my own, just whether it's for extra income or just to expand my brand a little bit. I feel like I kind of wanted to mainly give my first year in the Valley all to the Valley. I didn't want to do anything extra just because I wanted to make sure I was doing well at this job before I pursued any other outlets, just because I feel like I have such big shoes to fill. Even though they're non-existent shoes, I feel like I have a mark that needs to be made in order to, one, make the Valley proud, and two, they don't think, like, being the first female sports reporter in the Valley that she's a bimbo. So I have not started anything extra yet, but it could be in the future. You never know. We'll see what happens.
A bimbo. Oh, my God. So right now, Lady Jackets, 21-18. What a comeback. This team right here has said, okay, they gave 2019, I'm sorry. Veterans is on top, yes. Edcouch Elsa girls have said they want to go 4 rounds deep in the playoffs this year. They lost, obviously, a couple of big players in Paloma Ibarra and Neida Ibarra. But one thing about this team is they're so well-rounded. From what you've seen right now from the Lady Jackets, what has impressed you the most with their lineups and just with their diversity?
Watching this game right now, I like that they're not scared. And I say that because I feel like being a volleyball player, playing sports in general, I think with volleyball, if I can pick 2 sports off the top of my head, volleyball and baseball, I think when I say it's the easiest to get hurt, I mean by getting smacked in the face with a ball. So as a baseball player, you're standing there and someone's pitching at you. If you get smacked in the head, you got to either stand there and take it or hope to God that you duck out of the way quick enough to get away from it. Same thing with volleyball. These girls are not scared. When you have someone that is spiking the ball and you're going to for just like that, for the dig, you have to be afraid. You cannot be afraid to get down and dirty, slide on the ground, get some rashes, some what would you call it? Burns from skin to hardwood. These girls are fearless, so I feel like that's their biggest thing that I love watching them. Not be afraid to possibly get pelted in the face with a volleyball and then get right back up and get in position and to get ready to do it all over again.
So, in a volleyball game, have you ever gotten hit with one of those? When you had a camera, have you ever actually just got nailed by a volleyball while covering a game?
It wasn't in the game, but me not paying attention and, like I said earlier, being on my phone, I had a ball hit me. I think it was in the shoulder or something. I've never actually got hit in the head. I was actually fortunate. It was just kind of chance of luck that at Harlingen, I was covering them, and I don't remember the team that they were welcoming, but I leaned over to, my phone was charging into the wall because, like I said, the poor thing is always on 3%. And I was looking at making sure emails were good or texting Joel, letting him know scores and stuff. I had just leaned over to check my phone, and at that same moment, within seconds later, a ball, if I would have been still leaning up against the wall, I would have got pelted in the face. But I leaned over in enough time on accident, and the ball hit where I was sitting, but hit the wall and bounced back to the girls. That would have probably been the biggest, pelt in the face, but I blocked it.
There you go. So 22-22 right now here in set number 2. Brownsville Veterans versus Edcouch Elsa here at the Robert M. Capello Gymnasium. John Cannon joined by a very special guest, Erica Ross. Erica, of course, Edcouch Elsa, we've got a new head coach, Coach Christian Navarro. 3-3, got a big win last night against Valley View. I know you've been to a game this year. What have you seen different from the Jackets this season under Coach Navarro, besides the slot tee offense?
For football?
Yes.
I have not had the opportunity to go to
Oh, you haven't?
No, I have not been to a Jacket football game yet.
Now, why is that?
Because Joel makes the schedule. No, it's because, I don't know.
Joel, by the way, that is Erica Ross, a.k.a. Bimbo, as she likes to call herself.
I have not had the opportunity to go to an Edcouch Elsa football game. We cover 50 teams in the Valley, and that is a lot. So I know that Joel wants to spread the wealth. I don't know what the method to his madness is when he picks and chooses where we're going to go live from. I unfortunately have not gone there. I know some of our reporters or our photogs have. I just have not yet in these last 6 weeks been.
So you weren't at the Edcouch Mercedes game?
No, Ruben got the opportunity to go to the Edcouch.
How dare you?
Yes.
How dare you?
I know. No, how dare Joel and Ruben?
I was about to say I lost all love for you, but okay, I'm going to give you that one right now. Edcouch got Sharyland this week. Check this out. So this is kind of interesting. We talk about our volleyball team, number 15 in the state. Our boys cross-country team is ranked number 9 in the state of Texas. We've got a slew of seniors that have done a really, really great job. They ran at the Meet of Champs today. To see the Valley be ranked in the state in so many different sports and so many great athletes, I've always said the two sports that we can go far in state is three: cross country, track, and soccer. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I do agree with that. Oh, look at John's just taking phone calls right now as we're live on air. It's fine, John. I'll take over right now. So, just wanted to let everyone go. Mission Vets just took this one 25-22. So both teams right now have one win under their belt. We're going to be going into the third set right now. We have about 3 minutes until the next set goes on. I had to take over your job, John, since you had to, take that call real quick. You're fine. You got to go make an announcement. So, oh, that's the Aggie fan right there. Right? John's going to go make an announcement right now, so I'm going to take over the wavelengths for a few minutes. So, yeah, 22-25, Chargers just take this win. One win under each team's belt as we speak. We're going to be going into the third set right now. So, if either team takes the next set, we are going to be going into the fourth, and then whoever wins that one, depending on who wins the third one, we're either going to call it quits or we're going to go into the fifth set. So like John and I also were talking about earlier, I personally don't know how far this is going to go. John also said that they wanted to sweep them in 3. Well, that no longer is an option now that the Chargers have, taken the second set. So depending on who wins the third and who wins the fourth, it could be over, or we're going to be going into a final death match, which is going to be the fifth set right now. We have about less than 2 minutes to go until the third set is going to begin. Until then, I've lost my partner to BS with. He's just kind of walking around now making making announcements and whatnot. Jackets, they had a quick timeout right now. They didn't use that 3 minutes at all, to be honest. They used maybe 30 seconds. They're already ready to go on the court. They are not messing around. They are all business right now. Getting ready for this third set right here. Chargers just got done with their team timeout. They're setting up right now as we speak. Refs are getting ready to go. Flag refs are also getting ready to go as well. So we are going to be starting this third set in about a minute to go. So we'll see who is going to be taking this one. Like John has been saying, both teams are ranked in the state. If you are just joining us, both undefeated as well. So we're looking to see who's going to be taking their first loss tonight. John's predicting Jackets, of course. I am not allowed to predict anybody. I just go with the flow and whoever is going to take it. So right now, Chargers starting off with the ball, and they are serving, and right now it's up in the air. We're going to see how it – Jackets get the first point. Oh, John, so glad that you joined us. You're back. Oh, no. No. You're going to – this because I got to go shoot highlights right now for my job. But, yeah, Jackets get the first point right now. So, we're going to see how it goes. So that sweep you were talking about, now I'm going to start grilling you. You got me into my comfort zone. They wanted to sweep. That no longer is an option because Chargers just won the second set. Now what do you think their mentality is? How do you think the team is going to do, or what are they feeling now that doesn't mean that they're not good? A sweep doesn't determine if you're good or not. So how do you think the team is feeling now that it's really go time and they mean business to get this win?
Well, here's my thing. For Edcouch, Elsa, this game is won not by just one match. That's why you play best of 5. I called it all week that it's going to go 5. I know how good Vets is. I know how competitive they are. You're not 23rd in the state for a reason, and you're not undefeated for a reason. You are 6-0 for a reason. If I'm Edcouch, Elsa, they're used to this. They had a brutal match against Mercedes about a week ago. These girls know how to overcome adversity, and that's what I love about them. They don't crumble. They don't say like, "Oh my God, we lost. What are we gonna do?" No, they say, "Okay, you know what? You got this one. Fine." They got to come back. They got to do what they do best. They got to attack. They got to play defense. They got to win this next set. And you know what? Hey, if it goes 5, it goes 5. As long as you win it, that's all that matters. So shake it off, play your game, do what you do, and win set number 3.
They just had 4 unanswered points. Chargers just got their first point. I mean, so Jackets are up right now 4-1.
Make you a deal. Why don't we switch jobs? You take mine, I'll take yours. For a week.
For a week?
For a week.
I don't know if Joel's going to allow that.
Oh, Joel loves me. Yeah. Of course, you'll probably have my job here.
If anything, I'll have my job and your job. But I don't want to take your job, John, because then I don't get to come.
No, it's a friendly challenge.
Oh, that's what we're.
Or how about a day?
Maybe we can maybe.
But you got to teach all my classes too.
See, I don't have a degree in this.
You don't have no.
If I had to teach the classes, everyone's just gonna get a free day. We're chilling.
I'll make sure you get plenty of walkthroughs that day. So I know you got to go shoot footage. But Erica, once again, thanks for coming out. It's always great talking to you. Of course, we're going to see you on Tuesday coming out. Last thing, what would your advice be to any aspiring person that wants to become a broadcaster? If they're in high school right now, what should they do to get the ball rolling?
Do not let anybody tell you you cannot be who you want to be. You cannot pursue what career you want to pursue. And that's not just with broadcasting. That's with anything. I had people tell me in college, as a female, you're not going to make it. It's a man's world. In broadcasting, you're not going to find a job because they're far and few between. Your degree, you're not going to make it. This, whatever. Do not let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. If there's a will, there's a way. And if you want to make it, you can. Whatever career you want to pursue, whether it's broadcasting, teaching, being in the fire department, police officer, whatever it is, do your research and see what you need to do in college or academy-wise or trade school, whatever is going to help you to pursue that career. Just make sure you do that. Just make sure you do stuff that is in the same field, whether it's internships, specific writing classes, or just get to the nitty-gritty. Don't be one of those college kids that goes into college. Yes, enjoy college. You only get 4 years of it. It's amazing. The sporting events, things like that. But you also have to watch out because only so many credits count depending on what school you go to and what system you're in. Don't try to take all the easy classes that won't help you with your degree just to keep a high grade point average, because at the end of the day, it might come back and bite you because you're not taking classes.
John Cannon did that.
Have fun with it. Take the classes that are fun, that will help your GPA. But at the end of the day, you're going to college and you're paying all this money for a reason. So you might as well bite the bullet and, take the classes that you need. I'll give them a little bit. I got straight C's in college. I told my parents, do not expect me to get A's. Do not expect me to get B's. I'm here to get a piece of paper that says I completed college and go for it, because I have not had any job ask me for my transcript. They just asked for the paper that says I graduated. So with that being said, I'm not telling the kids to go in there with low standards and don't do well. Hey, if you can be the valedictorian, by all means go for it. But just go in and make sure that you're pursuing the correct classes that you want, because if you don't, you're going to end up being in college longer than you want, spending more money than you want, and, taking longer to pursue your career.
Bet you'll never believe this. I actually got all A's in college.
Good for you. I can't say I did. I had A's.
Well, but there's a catch. I got AD, AC, AF, AC.
There you go.
So okay, before I let you go, if anyone wants to follow you on social media, where do they go? Okay. That's like a evil laugh. That scares me a little bit.
Okay, so if you wanted to follow me on Twitter, it's at KRGV _Erica Ross. We'll flip it for Facebook and Instagram. My actual real last name is Curtitis. My name was changed for on-air purposes, just, because that's what my news director...
I was going to ask you that. Okay.
So now that the cat's out of the bag, which I'm sure most people know anyways, because if you Google me, both names pop up and both profiles pop up, so people are wondering, which it's not a non-common occurrence for reporters to have a different on-air name than they do on social media or in real life. But yeah, Erica Curtitis is for everything else. Erica Ross, at KRGV Erica Ross, is for Twitter. And I'm sure, obviously, if they just Google me, everything pops up anyways because the internet has no mercy and just all your information is on there in general. So if they ever wanted to follow me, by all means, go for it. Come and say hi to me if you see me at a game. I love meeting my fans or meeting people that say that they want to be like me one day. I've had a lot of girls come up to me, and I feel like if they're saying that I'm doing something right in the Valley, and I'm hoping that I am being a positive influence and a role model for whether it's a male or female athlete and wanting to pursue their dreams and whatnot. But yeah, come say hi. Follow me on social media. I'll give you a follow back. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I will respond. Yeah, and then, your kids are going to see me on Tuesdays, so they can spread the word to their friends and stuff. And, we're going to get the Valley on the map here when it comes to broadcasting and any other career that these kids want to pursue.
So what would my sports media last name be? If you were to give me one, because my real name is John Cannon, but what would my sports media? And Pete, don't answer it because I know what he's going to say. What would my sports media last name be?
Oh gosh, I think Cannon honestly is really good because it's short, sweet, to the point. It's not like me, for example. I'm Greek, so we have a lot of very long, hard to pronounce names, which is why my name got changed to Ross. It's very short, sweet, to the point. I feel like John Cannon doesn't need to be changed at all. It's there. It's strong. It's not something that's like Papadopoulos that I deal with on a daily basis.
Well, you know what my mother's maiden name was Smallsreed, okay. German. So imagine John Smallsreed.
Yes.
I would have to change
Honestly,
it.
though, that is really good too. See, I didn't change my name at my first job. They liked it. This news director, though, she likes to, I don't know if it's protect her reporters or whatever the case may be, but she liked to change reporters' names. I actually have another reporter with me that is Greek as well. He's on the news side, and he has a very more complicated name than I do. His got changed, But no, I think also her maiden name. There's a lot of people out there that have really unique names, and one of my very good friends, actually, you guys have probably seen her on ESPN. She's now in Vegas reporting for their hockey team. Her name is Stormy Bonatoni. She's Italian. Bonatoni's amazing. I think that's a great name, so I wouldn't, change it either, but I think they're all great.
So for Ron Burgundy and Veronica Corningstone,
Yes.
you stay classy.
San Diego.
There we go. Erica, thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
We'll see you on Tuesday. It's
Thank
always
you.
a pleasure talking to you. Did a great job.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to give you an A. So you can tell your mom and dad, I got an A today.
I'm going to let them know that'll be the first A that I've gotten in a while.
And if they want to watch it, they can go onto the YouTube channel. It will be on there. It's under Edcouch Elsa ISD. So it's all they got to do is go look for Edcouch Elsa versus Brownsville Vets, and they get to see their little baby in action.
Perfect. Well, anytime you want me, John. I mean, this was great. I had a lot of fun. Whatever you need me for, I will love to come and help and, come back here and live broadcast with you. It's been amazing, so thank you for having me.
And we truly appreciate everything you do for our kids. I still remember the when you interviewed our Special Olympics kids in Winston State. They still talk about that.
It was amazing.
You are their hero. So thank you so much for everything you do, Erica. I'm gonna let you go. I know you got a job to do.
Thank you,
Girl,
John.
we will see you. I'll see you on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
You got it.
Bye.
So, folks, once again, Channel 5's very own Erica Ross here calling the game with us. She might be taking my job here before things are all said and done. Let's just hope I get to keep it for a little bit longer. So right now it is 13 to 10 in favor of the Lady Chargers. Of course, we always like to bring up special guests here on our broadcast to come and talk to us about, what they got going on. So, of course, this one, the best of 5 series between Edcouch and the Lady Chargers. Right now, Edcouch is struggling a little bit. Of course, they won the first set 25 to 18, and then they had things rolling there for a little bit in the second set where they kept it really close. But then Betts went on a little bit of a roll and just has not stopped since then. Right now, it is 15 to 12 in favor of, or 15 to 11, I'm sorry, in favor of the Lady Chargers. So that was a nice block, and they're going to give that point to the Lady Jackets. Brianna de Peña up playing tough on the net, 15 to 12. Here in set number 3. So Arissa Cavazos, the libero, is serving right now. Again, we want to congratulate our Edcouch Chelsea Yellow Jackets last night on a huge win over Valley View. Jackets now 1-1 in district play and 3-3 overall. So we're going to go through some. Somewhere I got my rosters. I don't know. Right now on the floor for Edcouch Elsa, you have number 11, Megan Elsa. All right, folks, we are back on here at set number 4. Current score is 3-2 in favor of the Lady Chargers. Currently, the Lady Chargers have a 2-1 lead. Of course, on the line tonight, first place in District 32 5A. The 15th ranked Lady Jackets, state ranked, taking on the Brownsville Veterans Lady Chargers, who are ranked number 23 in the state. So a nice little tip over, and that one, nice save by Vets. Comes a set. Sarah Flores with a kill shot. And so far, very evenly matched. And that one goes on the net. Point for the Lady Jackets. So I gotta give Vets credit. Edcouch Elsa can lay down a ball. I mean, flat out. They can hit amazing kill shots. Betts has been able to answer it. But on the same token, the Lady Jackets have been able to answer Veterans power as well. So that one's going to go out by Brianna de la Peña. Scores now 5-4. Lady Jackets are on top in set number 4. They need to win this one to force a 5th and final set. Sarah Flores tries to get that one in. It does go out of play, so it is 5-5. Indy DeVoe laying one down. Sarah Flores answers back. I tell you what, libero for Vets answers back. Nice play up front, and that is a point for they're giving it to Vets. It appeared on the block. It looked like Edcouch had got it, but I guess the ball had went out of play. So point does go to Veterans, 5-6. Lady Chargers. That one goes into the net, 6-6. So Bianca Garcia gets one over. Megan Acevedo backhands that one. Brownsville Vets, nice save by Arissa Cavazos. And that one is going to fall in. Lady Jackets point, 7-6. Of course, Bianca Garcia back in the lineup. She was out for a while with a concussion, but she is back up and running and good, ready to go. So that one goes out 8-6 Edcouch. So far, Edcouch Elsa has kind of taken that momentum away from Brownsville Veterans. And hopefully they can just build on it and build up a good lead. And that one, they're going to give it to Vets. It was close, but they're saying that it landed in. So it's now 8-7, still in favor of the Lady Jackets. Vida Ibarra. And Megan Acevedo tries to get one over the net, hits it in the net. We now have an 8-all score. Lady Jackets, of course, there we go. They land that one. Sarah Flores, 9-8. Edcouch last Tuesday. In fact, if Pete will, I think it's right. Pete will either shake his head yes or no. We played Mercedes, and we had to battle back. I believe we were down 2-1, and battle back to win that one in 5. So we've got some moisture on the floor. You always want to keep the conditions safe here at Edcouch. Or anywhere you play, you want to keep the conditions safe, so you always got to make sure, that the floor stays dry so nobody slips and gets hurt. So current score 9-8, Lady Jackets set number 4. And that one's going to fall in 10-8, Edcouch. Sarah Flores got her team on a little bit of a roll. See if she can keep it going. And that one's going to go out of play. Another point, Lady Jackets. So Flores once again looking to extend the lead even further. Veronica Elizondo with a kill, answered back by Yvette. Elizondo with a tip. Nice save by Sarah Flores. Marissa Cavazos gets one over. Got a good little rally going here. Nice save again by Marissa Cavazos. Nice tip by Yvette. And folks, we're going to let you enjoy this one. This is a great little rally going on right now. But Vets ends up winning that battle. So 11-9 Edcouch. Brownsville veteran serving. And that one, an error by Vets. 12-9, Edcouch. Edcouch looking to tie things up to force a fifth and final set. Wow, nice kill shot. Sarah Flores may have gotten hurt on that play. Looks like she could be all right. She came down hard on that knee. But it looks like Sarah will be all right. Tough play to make. And Elizondo with just a little tip, which veterans cannot answer back. 13-10. Edcouch Elsa. So they're going to question something again. I don't really know what it is they're questioning, but the point does stay with the Lady Jackets. And that was a point. I don't know why they kept on playing. There we go. I was about to say that was a point scored. 14-10. Brownsville Vets tried to get away with one, but the referee said, no. I saw it. India DeVoe with a kill. Right now, Edcouch Elsa starting to fire on all cylinders. And a kill. Nice save by Megan Acevedo. And then Brianna de la Peña tried to get it over. Hits that one in the net. 14-11 Edcouch. Folks, if you're tuning in to this one, you're seeing a tremendous ball game. And again, two of the best teams in the Valley. India DeVoe tried to land one in. And what's happening is Edcouch is hitting the ball, but they're just not bringing that wrist down. They're kind of palming it, and that's what's causing it to go further instead of a straight downward shot. So 15-12 Edcouch. Nice save by Elizondo. Cavazos gets it over the net. Nice save again. Elizondo made some nice saves tonight. But that one, a little bit of a mix-up on the net. 15-13. India DeVoe with a shot to get over. Sarah Flores kill, but defended by the Lady Chargers. Risa Cavazos sets it up. Comes a kill. And Vet's able to save it. Nice. Elizondo tonight has been a defensive guru. She has made some amazing defensive plays. And, of course, early on, Erica Ross, who joined us on the broadcast, she said a strong defense will win games. Offense is always good, but defense is what's going to win and what's going to take you far. So, De La Peña, number 6 with a serve. And another point scored by the Lady Jackets. 17-13. Timeout by the Chargers. So we're going to take a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with you here in set number 4. Edcouch us up 17-13. You are watching Lady Jackets Volleyball on our YouTube channel. All right, folks, so we are back. Serving is Brianna de la Peña. The Lady Jackets up 17-13, set number 4, currently trailing 2-1. Edcouch looking to preserve a win in order to force a 5th and final set. Now, if we go to 5 sets, you only play to 15. Whereas sets 1 through 4, you play to 25. In set number 5, you play only to 15. So 17-14, Lady Jackets still in control. 8 points away from tying things up and taking momentum away from veterans. Nice save by Megan Acevedo. And they're giving the point to Veterans, 17-15. Indy DeVoe, nice block by the Lady Chargers. Vida Ibarra gets a kill shot down. Can they answer back? Yes. I tell you what, both teams have played really, really good defense tonight. I've got to give them credit. And then Sarah Flores gets it just in the right spot where it falls in. 18-15 Edcouch. And that one a tip. That's going to be a point to hit. That will be point. And I always look at Pete because Pete's like my coach in the stands. And whenever I see his reaction, I kind of know what happens. So 19-15. Edcouch, nice save again by Veronica Elizondo. Sarah Flores. And it goes out of play. 19-16. So once again, a great crowd on hand here at the Robert Capello Senior Gymnasium. Points scored by the Lady Chargers, 19-17, Edcouch Elsa. Edcouch does not want to let Veterans get on any kind of a roll here. They want to keep a little bit of a cushion on that lead. That's kind of what happened. And if you remember in the second set, it was really close. And then Edcouch had a little bit of a lead, and then Vets came on. So 19-18, Edcouch up one. They're going to call a timeout. That's a good timeout for Coach Trevino. So, again, talking about Pete, we've been kind of trying to wheel and deal here for a while. I want Camara, and he wants Zeke. Now, I've got three excellent receivers, which he will not bite on. I've got Golden Tate, who's really going to come on strong. I've got Juju Smith-Schuster, who is the number one in Pittsburgh. And I have Allen Robinson, who's been solid for Chicago. But yet Pete won't bite. That is true. So 20-18 Jackets up two. Something Pete doesn't understand is New Orleans is also on their second quarterback. And you're trying to get my running back for me as well. Which they don't do. And what Zeke does all day long. So 21-18, Edcouch also up three. 4 points away from forcing a set number 5. Nice save by Bianca Garcia. And that one's going to fall in, 21-19. Veterans has tried to battle back, but Edcouch has been able to hang on and maintain the lead. So nice tip over by Garcia. Nice save by Bianca Garcia. And that one goes out, 22-19. Edcouch 3 points away from the fifth and final set of this contest. So let's see if the Lady Jackets can seal the deal. Force that fifth set. And Megan Acevedo scores the point. 23-19 Edcouch. Here we go. Timeout, Veterans. So in set number 4, Edcouch also up 23-19. We're at a timeout. We will be back with you shortly. So here we go. Edcouch Elsa looking to tie this matchup at 2 apiece. Currently up 23-19. And that's going to be a point for Veterans. Nice block attempt by Edcouch Elsa. Gloria Trevino telling her team, do it right now. And Brianna de la Peña making a statement. 24-20. The number ones are going up. One more point to force set number 5. Nice save by Arissa Cavazos. Veronica Elizondo tried to end it with a kill. And DeVoe goes for a dive, but it does fall in. 24-21. So when Edcouch scores that final point, this place will erupt. Nice one-handed save by Cavazos. And Brianna de la Peña, the senior, answers the call. 25-21. Folks, we are going to a fifth and final set. Do not get off right now. Stay on. This is it. First to 15 wins. So we're going to take a short pause. We'll be back for the fifth and final set. Lady Jackets and Brownsville Veterans tied at 2. All right, folks, here we go. This is it right here. 2-2, fifth and final set here at Robert Capello Senior Gymnasium. Edcouch Elsa, Brownsville veterans. This is where seniors need to step it up right now. Seniors need to bring it off. Again, this isn't the end of the season, but you want to go undefeated. You've worked this hard to get here. You're 6-0. You want to end the first half undefeated going into the second. So here we go. Brownsville veteran serves. And Brianna de la Peña nails that shot. 1-0 Edcouch. Playing to 15. Acevedo serving. And it looked like a carry. They did not call it. But it will be point Brownsville Vets 1-1. So Brownsville Vets nice block by Elizondo. Sarah Flores with a kill. And I tell you, these are two evenly matched teams. And you can see both of them very, very versatile. India DeVoe, nice, keeping that one in. 2-1 Lady Jackets. That's going to bring up our lefty, Veronica Elizondo. Elizondo has done a tremendous job defensively. Now let's see if she can get something going offensively for the Lady Jackets. Sarah Flores. They're calling it side out. 2-2. Sarah Flores with a tip. And that one goes out. It will be point Edcouch. 3-2. It's going to bring up De La Peña, who has been a beast on the net tonight. And a nice save. Nice save by Veronica Elizondo and India DeVoe. Wow. Another point for Edcouch. Give India DeVoe and give Veronica Elizondo. That ball was toast. India makes an out-of-bounds save. Elizondo gets in the right position and nails it. What a point. 4-2 Lady Jackets. Sarah Flores with a kill. Will it stand? No. Answered by veterans. And veterans scores a point. 4-3 Edcouch. Gloria Gerino telling her team, pick it up. India DeVoe. That kill. Comes Sarah Flores. Nice defense, and that one's going to fall in. 5-3 Edcouch, 10 points away from winning this thing. Nice block by Vida Ibarra on the line. And a tip by veterans. 5-4. And it goes out 6-5, 6-4. Lady Jackets, 9 points away from being first half district champions. Well, I mean, you could say that. Even though there's no such thing, I did make it up, but it sounds good. Pete agrees. But in reality, what happens, you go into the second half first place. So you don't actually win a district title in the first half. 7-5 Edcouch Elsa. Arisa Cavazos, the libero. And this match, I have to say, nice save by Arisa Cavazos. And that one hits off the beam and just misread by Edcouch, 7-6. This has been a well-played match for both teams, I have to say. You haven't seen a lot of mistakes. It's been good volleyball. It's just been good volleyball. It really, really has. I can't say that one team has made a lot of errors because there really hasn't been. It's been a very, very well-played game. Nice save by Garcia. Nice save by Megan Acevedo. Acevedo going to try to lay it down. Another great volley going on here. Veronica Elizondo with a tip. No. Vets tried it again. Well, they wanted to continue play, but no. 8-6, it lands in. So who will win the chess match here in set number 5? Right now, it's Edcouch Elsa up 8-6. Nice save by the Lady Jackets. And Sarah Flores tried to make a save, but it the ball went awkwardly where they weren't able to bring it in and score the point. It stayed on the side of the Lady Jackets after the third hit. So 8-7. And a point for the Lady Jackets, 9-7. The countdown begins. 6. Veronica Elizondo. And another point for Edcouch. 10-7. 5 points to go. And wow, what a shot. They're saying it went out. It looked like it went out. But they're going to give the point to Brownsville Vets, 10-8. Should have been a side out, but I would say replay on that one. So they're giving the point to veterans. 10-8. Edcouch also still up. That one goes out. Gloria Trevino screaming at the top of her lungs, "It's out, it's out, it's out." And yes, it was out. 4 points away. And another one. So Vet's able to keep it in 11-9. The chess match continues as both teams shifting their lineups a little bit. Edcouch Elsa 4 points away. India DeVoe. And there we go. 12-9. 3 points left. What a match this has been. Bianca Garcia Vida Ibarra, nice block attempt, but point does go to veterans. 12-10, Lady Jackets. So we do have some more moisture on the court. They do get it cleaned up, so here we go. 12-10. Acevedo, return serve. Comes a set and spike by Acevedo. Nice save by Cavazos. Sarah Flores. Good play by Acevedo. Acevedo again, but hits it in the net. 12-11, Edcouch Elsa. Sarah Flores and lands it. Lands it. 13-11. A Sarah Flores kill. 2 points away. Timeout, veterans. Fans, do not change this dial. Do not turn it off. 2 points away from a Lady Jackets victory. We'll be back with you shortly. All right, folks, here we go. Both teams back out. Not wasting any time. They want to get this thing going. Sarah Flores. Their team up 13-11. Veronica Elizondo. And a nice save by Vets. Gotta give him that. Bringing the ball back in from out of play, scoring the point. 13-12. Edcouch up 1. Nice tip. And it falls in. 1. Timeout, veterans. Stay with us. We are at game, set, match, point. Wow. All right, here we go. All right, folks. Game, set, match, point. Arissa Cavazos has a chance to win it. 1 point away. Everyone's got the ones up in the air. Here we go. And that's in. That's in. The Lady Jackets defeat Brownsville Veterans 15-12. Undefeated, 7-0. What a game, folks. Oh, my God. Lady Jackets were down 2. Come back, tie it in the 4th, win a hard-fought 5th. Congratulations, Lady Jackets. 7-0 in district play. So we'll see you back here next Saturday. Congratulations to the Lady Jackets. John Cannon, Pete Valle. We'll see you next time.